So, as an activator, I have chosen to come in with a role to kind of lead the way. And so that means that while we go through these intense energy shifts and as we rise in consciousness, ascending to self-actualization, to Christ consciousness, we all are going through waves and shifts, and there's, yes, you can be on different levels of the spectrum, but we're all experiencing the waves, and it's just manifesting physically in maybe different perspectives for you individually. But the way this current one just showed itself to me was pretty painful through somebody that's very near and dear to my heart. And it's through this pain that, like I teach and I say, pain is a call to action, and pain is our biggest teachers. And the things that we are pushing against, it's so easy to have an experience and have something trigger, something that is painful from a trauma that you've experienced in the past, or maybe it activates a predisposition in your DNA. Point is, it makes you feel uncomfortable and makes you feel like crap. And what do? As humans, we want to feel good. Everything that we do is surgically motivated by wanting to feel better, wanting to feel good. That's why we are motivated to do anything. That is why we have the need for food and shelter, because we needed something that drove us to do something here. So I just want to talk about what is coming up in the energy right now. Because right now what we are experiencing is the human conscious collective has, let's say, they came down here as one, and then over time started to break apart, and different energies, or whatever you want to call it, have brought down different ideas of separation. And no matter what the idea is, it's still inherently worshiping a false god, because separation is the opposite of what you truly are, your divinity. See, when we experience pain, it's because we feel that pullback, whether it be from a person or whether we feel it inside of our own beings. It's a pullback, a clench, a brace before impact. It's what we do. It's programmed in our instinctual responses. But the thing right now is, over the course of history, we have developed ways of coping with society that is not joy. It's not connection. It's not love. It's fear-based. And being in an illusion of fear and separation, which is in the opposite direction of who you truly are, your divinity, it's going to feel like crap. It's going to feel really badly. And in order to keep ourselves safe, over the course of history, we've developed masks, because society has said, here's a box, now fit perfectly inside of it. And if you don't, get out of here. And what is that? Rejection, separation. That ultimately is the biggest fear our human collective consciousness has, because separation, rejection, is the complete opposite of our divinity. So it's gonna feel the worst. It's gonna feel like death. Because instinctually, it is. If you don't have connection, you will die. Our species will not survive if we all go and live alone in our separate houses and don't interact with one another other than through a phone. So right now is a pivotal point in history. And without bringing separation, you're there here and you remember your divinity. And you came with a torch in hand because you chose to be born and live in this moment, this time-space reality, holding that light, taking one for the team, so to speak, knowing that it didn't matter that you were going to be an outcast or you were going to be different than the rest, because your human emotions weren't involved when you made the decision to come down here and lead in this pivotal point in history. But understand that focusing on our separation, focusing on our differences, whether it be that somebody is older or younger than you, or maybe has a different perspective or opinion, and then saying that you're not of ego. Well, that's just not true. Because the ego is what holds you in separation. The ego is the only way that you're able to compare and contrast yourself from another. Understand that it's your human ego that developed this linear perspective of better and worse and more or less. Because age and time and better or worse, it's all just an illusion. It was merely a guideline. It wasn't something to get separated in. So understand that when you're doing the work of God, if you're here to bring the light, then understand if it's not your will, then difference of opinions, they hold no merit. It's just an illusion. Because if you're holding the intention for the greatest of all good, then your will has nothing to do with that conversation. So understand when the contrast is coming to light right now, during this massive wave of expansion, that whatever point of this wave you decide or end up landing in, know that it's your choice. Know that feeling powerless, you had every right to feel powerless in the past, and scared, and confused. But we're here now, and you do hold the power to change and be whatever it is that you desire. And no one has the power to hold you or force you or make you feel any way or do or be. And understand that if you choose to live holding yourself up to other people's expectations and perspectives and judgments and criticism, then take your power back right now, because it is yours. And only you can choose to live a life in illusion. Only you can choose to give your power away. Understand that right now we're going through the process of spiritual maturation as a human collective consciousness. And right now we are in a rebellious. We've gone through the process of individuation, and now we're coming back, but yet we're trying to fight off of all of the nasty projections and poisons that have been spat at us. But the thing is we have to stop looking at those people and situations as the thing that is wrong or bad. Because it's not that person or that situation that made you feel that way. It was your complete opposition to your divinity, to your higher self, to God. Because we are all one. And feeling separated feels really shitty. Doing something every single day that you hate is going in opposition to your purpose, so it's gonna feel really shitty. So when I say choose to follow your joy and do whatever makes you feel good, because your joy can't be apart from your higher self. And what feels good is coming back together and remembering your divinity, that we are all one, and that time is merely an illusion, and that our different perspectives don't make us different. They are merely a perspective lens from which we are choosing to see the world. Because choosing to see it all the same, it wouldn't benefit us to have our separate bodies. So learn to accept that the shadows and the light are not against each other. There's no battle or war when you heal the war within. I want you to think about something that somebody told you that has caused you pain, and ask yourself why that caused you pain. Now take back all the stories about why that person made you feel the way you feel, and understand that it wouldn't hurt so bad if you didn't already feel that way about yourself. So if you could learn to trust and heal and release that hate and hurt you hold within, that it would cease to exist on the outside. But until you can cradle and hug and love all of those hateful, hurtful voices and projections that you hold about yourself within your own being, do not continue to perpetuate the pain that has been done to you onto other people. It ends today. Stand with me now in making the vow that it ends today. And that if you don't hold a positive, beautiful, loving, compassionate, joyful, feeling emotion about another person, then walk away from them. Nobody's forcing you to be in their space. If this time right now is feeling painful, it's because all of the contrast within you is being brought to light. And if you resist that, and you choose not to integrate these contradictions within your own being, then it will probably feel really painful around you. But as these crazy contradictions are coming up, as you're going through your day-to-day at this time, just look at it like, oh, it's funny, it's cute, or have compassion and love, because how did you ever get this far with that many contradictions? Like, how did you even know what pair of shoes to put on? But then don't shame yourself for that, because understand that you didn't get like that or there for no reason. And then don't fall into a victim spiral, okay? So understand all these traps that we have. It's so easy, but now that we are conscious, that we are to this level in our expansion, there's no going back. So catch yourself when you slip. Don't shame yourself when you do, because it took you this long developing this level of patterns and imprints in our DNA. It's not a switch that we're going to flip and everything's going to be different. Have a little compassion and understanding, and know that you are here to heal your entire DNA lineage. So give yourself a pat on the back, because you're a freaking champion. You're a badass. Like, wow, like, I'm proud of you. You should be proud of you. I'm proud of me. Be proud of you. Because you are me, and we are all one. And feel me when I say that, and remember your divinity. There's nothing to fear when you can trust yourself to keep yourself safe. How is the time? Don't need to be warriors. This is just a call to love each other and one another. I'm Kendra, the Divine Purpose Mentor. You can reach me at kendradivinepurposementor.com or email me at info@kendradivinepurposementor.com. I'd love to connect with you. If this is your first time to my channel, please hit that like, share, and subscribe, and share this out to anyone that you feel would find this message beneficial. I love you all. I'm here with you all.